Hello. I'm still here in the Philippines. Uh, just watching recent events, and everyone is applauding, you know, this peace deal, so-called peace deal. But you say, I've been on this earth for a while, and I'm going to tell you, I've witnessed this stuff with, between the Palestinians and the Israelis since I was a child. And I'm going to tell you, the Israelis have done everything they possibly could to live in peace with these people. And every time the Israelis have gotten burned, people have forgotten. The Israelis just didn't all of a sudden put up that fence to start apartheid or separate themselves from the Palestinians. They were trying to live with, they've been trying to live in peace with the Palestinians for a long time. That fence was put up as a last resort. People forget how the terrorists used to walk into Israel and get on a city bus during rush hour and blow themselves up or go to facilities and schools and start shooting up the place. They would just walk right up, right into Israel and start attacking innocent civilians. This went on for many years, decades, honestly. And it finally, I think it was back in the 90s, finally, Israel just couldn't stand it anymore and they put the fence up. Even after that, the Israelis still provided jobs to the Palestinians, electricity, water, everything possible. And the Palestinians again continue to attack the Israelis. And finally, this horrible October 7th incident is just this horrible, horrible, horrible massacre of innocent people, especially small infants, mothers holding their babies in their arms, choked to death. And and the Israelis are supposed to kiss these people's behinds. Honestly, Israel needs to end this and just take all of Gaza back. Just finish it. It's this is ridiculous, because like I'm a huge, huge fan of President Trump, but for my 54 years of living, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I know the Israelis agree with me too. They're gonna strike again. Like I said, think about it. The Israelis giving them jobs, giving them water, giving them electricity, giving them food. Try to live in peace, help them in all kinds of ways, and they just kept attacking. Every time, it's like every time the Israelis help them, the more they attack. The stuff that the Israelis have given them, they use to attack against the Israelis. I have very little faith in this peace deal, very little, and all those innocent civilians that suffer. It's just like we're disregarding their suffering. And the worst one was the mother holding her babies. They got choked to death. And people are applauding this. Now I'm glad the hostages are being released, the ones that are finally living, but we're still getting this piecemeal stuff. And it's just ridiculous. This is nothing to applaud. Think about it. Think about your family. What if someone down the street came into your house, slaughtered half your family, and took the other half hostage? Would you go over there and kiss their behind and try to negotiate with them? No. You would do everything you can to make sure it never happens again and to get your loved ones back. Now, I'm hoping this is going to be a lasting peace, but I promise you, there's a 99.9. They already started. It's already begun. The Hamas are coming out of the hole in the ground. They're talking junk. They're taking out revenge hits on other gangs in Gaza. They already started back up. They're talking junk. They say, yeah, we beat the Israelis when they did the October 7th thing. Iran couldn't handle them, couldn't handle them, but we did, and we won. We're bad. They're already doing it. But knowing how President Trump is, maybe he's playing the game and letting these folks giving them enough rope to hang themselves. I hope that's what this is. He's just giving them enough rope to hang themselves. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, they're never, ever, ever gonna stop. These people, from the day they are born, they are taught to hate. You cannot just change that overnight. That is complete brainwashing. Think about it. From the day they are born until they reach adulthood. You can go back to some of the October 7th videos and you can hear some of these people when they're killing these women and children and these elderly folks. They're calling their parents back in Gaza and telling, Mom, Dad, are you proud of me? Because I'm over here, I'm killing these people. Look, watch, look, Mom and Dad, how I kill these people. And their parents are applauding it. How can you negotiate with people like that? You can't. You cannot. And believe me, in my 26 years as a civil servant, in my time in the Marine Corps, dealt with people in that part of the world. And believe me when I say they're, they're the people that want to do good will do good. Now, they're not all Gazans, not all Palestinians are evil like that. But the ones that are, they are pure evil, and there's nothing you can do to change it. You need to lock them up and throw away the key or just put them to sleep. That's all you can do with these people. They are never going to change, believe me. Never. They will play the game, and as soon as you turn your back, they're going to hit you again. That's what they do. And the prime example is the peaceful Palestinians. They're trying to get out the way. They're constantly trying to get out the way. They're trying to survive. They're taking their loved ones, moving out the way. But the other ones who are the troublemakers, they're not. And I'm hoping that President Trump is just giving these folks enough rope to hang themselves because they need to end this. And the only way to end this, only thing you can do with evil is wipe it out. Wipe out the evil, keep the good Palestinians there, help them rebuild. Because President Trump's plan about making it a nice place to visit is actually a very good idea. It's actually a beautiful land over there if you can get rid of all these evil people doing all this evil stuff, you know. And then these armchair hippies sitting back here in these white safe countries like Switzerland and stuff, trying to encourage. What if a street gang ran your country? How would you like it if a street gang ran your country? And they came to recruit your kids, and if your kid said no, they kill your kid. Your kid either join the gang or get killed. That's how the Gazans are living. That's how the good, peaceful Palestinians are living. You know, if the gang knocks on the Hamas or whomever knocks on their door and wants to recruit their kid either joins or dies. That's it. That's no way to live. So hopefully, well, like I said, Hamas has already started. They're already showing their tail. They're out there talking junk. They're taking hits out on people. So give them that rope. Give them that rope and just let them hang themselves so we can just finish this off. And for the poor Israelis, that have suffered, my heart goes out to you, and for the ones that have lost all their loved ones, my heart really goes out to you. Hopefully the ones that have perpetrated all these horrible crimes will someday be punished. And for all those people who have the audacity, the nerve to accuse, of all people on this earth, the Israelis of genocide. The Israelis, you forget, are the ones who have honestly suffered through a genocide. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. And if it were up to me, if you want to get a flotilla together and go over there and hang out with those terrorists, I'll let you go. And when they catch you and they do whatever they want to you, don't come crying and asking for help. And I would never help you. I'll let you stay over there and get what you deserve. But that's just me. That's just humble me. But hopefully one day the Jewish people will stop, you know, the victimization of Jewish people will end. You know, it's horrible what they go through. And it doesn't, they even have their own country now and it still continues. It's just horrible. But I just wanted to say that. And for the people that agree with me, that are with the Israelis, thank you. for those that are with terrorists, evil people, that are cowards, that catch the elderly, Alzheimer's sufferers, and mock them and choke women and babies and bake them alive in babies, for people who support horrible people like that. I say send you to Gaza, let you go live amongst your friends. Until next time, take care.